So today our gluten-free, dairy-free recipe is a spinach artichoke dip. I introduced this about 2 Christmases ago and didn't tell anybody that it was dairy-free or gluten-free, and they ate it perfectly and thought it was great and had no idea. So this one passes everybody's test. So let's start with a half a cup of vegan mayonnaise. This is also a vegan dish, so I use different kinds, but this is the one I'm using today, just mayo. This is the one I used when I first couldn't have eggs, and so I like this one. Now I can have eggs, but I still use the vegan mayo when I'm doing things like this. So it can also be a vegan dish instead of just dairy-free. So half a cup. And I'm using this brand of cream cheese. You can see it. And I've used it in another recipe and it turned out really well. So I like Kite Hill, the brand Kite Hill, but it's a little bit pricier than this one, and I like this one too. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the whole 8 ounces that come in the container. Alright. Now, half a teaspoon of onion powder. Half a teaspoon of sea salt. A full teaspoon of garlic powder. Oh, that won't fit in there. I'm just going to do 2 of these. That's a half. That's another half. So a whole. And then I'm going to take a lemon. This is a lemon I grew outside on my tree. It's a Myers lemon. I'm just going to half it and juice it. I don't need this much juice actually, but I can always use lemon juice on something. These lemons are so juicy. And this is actually a small one. I have some really big lemons out there. So that's just half. That's just half of one of the smaller lemons, and you can see, look how much, and just half a lemon picked right from the tree. So I need a teaspoon. There we go. All right, now I'm going to chop up some green onions, and I need about a total of 2 tablespoons worth. I'm just going to give them a quick little chop, and I'm going to eye it to what I think is about 2 tablespoons worth. Yeah, I think that's good. So then goes that. This is just really easy to make, quick. Well, except the night before you need to get your spinach out of the freezer. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I have a can of artichoke hearts. This is 14 ounces. I have drained it already, and now I'm just going to cut it up. Now these are not marinated. You want to check the ingredients and make sure that it's in water. You can have some citric acid in there, just to preserve it, but you want it in water and not in oil for this dip. All right, in it goes. Okay, so the last bit is the spinach. And it looks a little gross, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of yuck dealing with it, but I take it and put it in a colander to strain it, and I run water over it and just let it sit there for a long time. Then you start squeezing it because you want all the water out of the frozen chopped spinach. You want 16 ounces. Of course, you can never find a container that's just the right size, right? So I had 12 ounces and I had 9 ounces. I took two 9-ounce ones. So I have about 18 ounces instead of 16, just a little bit more. That's okay. But after you finish squeezing it, then I wrap it in a towel and squeeze it and just get every bit of the water out. And it looks like this. I mean, it's pretty yuck. It's just bleh. But when you combine it with all this other stuff and heat it up, it's really, really good. But just don't worry about it if it looks so yucky at first, because that's just the way it is. So once we get this all mixed together, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator overnight so that all the flavors can meld together and have a dip that's consistent flavor all the way through. Now you can eat this cold, but I like it hot, and my children like it hot as well. So as you see, I have my football out. This is perfect for a game day. And my football out, but it's actually a crock pot. So I will heat this up, and then I will put it in my crock pot on low, and then you can just eat the dip tomorrow, and we'll try it and let you see how it turns out. Now, if you are going to eat this cold, I would suggest that before you add all the vegetables in, I would get your blender out and blend the mayonnaise and the vegan cream cheese and all the spices together first, because then it will be much smoother. But I know that I'm going to melt all of this tomorrow, so I'm not, real concerned about it being really smooth tonight. But I'm trying to get it as smooth as I can. It would have cut down on some work for me if I had just gotten the blender out and did that first, but it's okay. All right, we're all mixed together. I'm gonna use that press and seal that I like so much. It's easier to deal with than cling wrap when you have a bowl or something like this. All right, in the refrigerator, and we'll take it back out tomorrow. Hi, I'm back with the dip. It's sat in the refrigerator overnight, and I've warmed it up, and I have it in our crock pot, and it's ready for game day. Let's give it a taste. It's really good. You wouldn't know it's dairy-free, gluten-free, even vegan. You would have no idea. My sons are the biggest critics of the way I eat most of the time. And so I had this and didn't tell anybody, and they ate it and loved it, and it works for everybody. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below. It'll help me out a lot.